Ready? Hi, Tav Lamprez here. Welcome to my house. I'm here in 214 Edgewater on the Bayou Teche, and happy everybody's able to be here. I'm so happy to be back in New Iberia. I was away for 33 years and then moved back home and still paddling and still canoeing and able to share paddling with anybody who wants. So I'm still working in Lafayette, living in New Iberia, and having a good time.
Very good.
I'm Steve Saulnier. I was part of the Indian dance team back in 1973. My wife and I, Jermaine, have been living in Houston for the past 30 years, and just happy to be back home with everybody.
My name is Duck Saulnier. Duck Saulnier, don't you forget it. I've worked in scouting for the past 24 years. I say the past, that was quite a past. I have 3 boys. All of them have been in scouting and completed their Eagle projects. I worked with Jim Ledbetter Sr. I worked with Jay Leger. I've seen a lot of these guys around this table here grow up, and it's good to see that they made something of themselves. It's quite a surprise for me to see that. And go scouting and go Saints.
Okay. Mr. Lamprez, you have something to say?
I am Tom Lamprez's father, and I enjoy when they have get-togethers regarding scouting, because he's been so involved as a youngster and still today, and he likes to keep in touch with paddling and whatever's going on.
Thank you. You've been a great dad.
I'm Anita Lamprez, Gus's wife, Tav, and George, and Alfred's mother. And I was involved with scouting indirectly and did everything I could as a scout mother. And am very proud that all 3 boys were Eagle Scouts of Troop 133.
Very good.
Paul Delk, my wife Arlene and I live here in town. I see a lot of New Iberia people here often, Matt and Tav. Great story, you meet people from across the country. They mentioned Little Rock. I asked Dr. Van Patter, and they say, yes, he used to take care of my dog. I mean, it's great. I never knew these people before, and you know, you make that canoeing connection, so it's great.
Nothing. Witness protection.
Tracy Curtis. I thank God for this gathering, and I thank God also for me moving into, I think it was 1412 Bayou-Side Drive.
Exactly.
I inherited my fame was that I had a boat rack and apparently a teche right behind the house, and got invited to join this team, and it was an amazing journey. I have 2 daughters that I love dearly. My wife and I live in Lafayette. My oldest daughter is in Atlanta. Younger lives in Lafayette. They're beautiful inside and out, and I couldn't be more blessed. And again, I'm so pleased to be here with y'all now and to have been on the team. Incredible memories.
Alfred Lamprez, Tom's youngest brother, grew up at a time, I think, after most of the Explorer Posts had kind of fallen apart. So it took me till I graduated from college and went to Illinois to get into canoeing, and I've been doing it since 1988, thanks to kind of Tom's guidance, and happy to be here. Have met a number of you, and it's a great sport and a great way to meet people and see some things that you probably wouldn't otherwise.
Paul Gisclair, New Iberia, still in New Iberia. Wife Anastasia, and I have 2 boys, Andrew and Alex. Andrew's in Houston, building houses from Hurricane Harvey disaster recovery, and youngest son still lives at home, Alex. Haven't gone far, managed a Walgreens on Parkview and Lewis. Joined this club kind of by accident. Wasn't a Boy Scout. Somebody said, you want to go canoeing? I said, yeah, sure. So that's how it happened. I loved it.
David Fleming. I live in New Iberia on Main Street. See Tav occasionally. Very much enjoyed my time paddling. Also with the Explorer group, what I liked about them, they not only did that, but they camped and hiked, and we did all the other activities that really made it a lot of fun. And I really enjoyed my time with all these guys. Thank Tav and those guys for having us. I wasn't around that long, but my brother Walter was, so I'm here in lieu of, for his presence, make sure he's here in spirit. And just want to say that, Bern, in case you see this film. You can enjoy it vicariously through us. Thank you, guys.
Yvette Romero-Champagne. Kind of like him, I didn't know anything about scouting and exploring, and they asked the canoe, yep, I'll go canoe. I live here in Iberia. I have been at Iberia Medical Center for 29 years. Hopefully retire soon, and I enjoyed paddling.
So I'm Sean Fleming, I'm David and Bern's younger brother, got sucked into this on the way to Whitewater, and I'll tell y'all that story. So I'm minding my own business, and David's partner drops out, and they come to me and they say, because I'd watch them wax their canoes and all, whatever, and weight lift, and I was like, we just go water skiing and catching turtles. You want to go racing? And I said, how far? And they're like, I think it's 12 miles. And I said, I've never paddled 12 miles. I was about 14 years old. And they said, but you can do it. So they put me in a boat and they had me go up and down. And they said, oh, he knows how to paddle. Yeah, he's okay. And we're in that van. There's a picture of it somewhere. And they have the map of the river out. And they said, well, the first leg, and then we're going to hand it off to Paul and Scott. Scott?
Yeah, Paul.
Right.
Paul and Scott.
And then they tell me, and the second day, and I was like, the second day? And then they all looked around, and I was looking at the map, and they're like, maybe we shouldn't tell them about the third day. But it was a great experience. It was fun. It was. And I paddled a couple of little races, but you know, it was a good time. And I now have, I gave y'all my bio, I now have a rack of 5 canoes I don't use regularly enough. And you know, enough canoe gear to get all those where they need to go. And so, anyway, so I still paddle on occasion when I can.
My name is Ravine Broussard III, slick to most of my friends. I was in the Indian dancing for 2 years. Order the arrow, volunteered wherever we could. Whenever they needed a transportation, we had a school bus converted into a camper. They would take the school bus. Worked 35 years for the New Iberia Fire Department, retired. Now I harass my pretty wife here on a regular basis.
Pray for me.
We have no children. We'll be married 10 years in May. And had quite a few tales. Some that are very not.
About the marriage?
No, about you guys.
Oh.
A lot of them about Camp This Way and me being a camp counselor. But that's about it.
Very good. Who are you?
Hey, I'm Addie. I am the daughter of Jim Ledbetter, and I feel like I've been a part of y'all's everything because I hear so many stories about it, but I think it's super cool, and we've rafted the Nantahala River before, so maybe one day y'all will get me out here canoeing on the Bayou Teche. I'll definitely come back. I feel related, like I said, to all of y'all because I hear all the great stories, so love New Iberia.
You live in?
Oh, I live in, where do we live? Charleston. Yeah, we moved around from Orlando, but live in Charleston, and I will be a nurse come May, so.
Hey.
Hello, I'm Phyllis Ledbetter, Jim's wife, and I'm a mom of a Girl Scout Gold winner and the wife of an Eagle Scout, so we love scouting. And Addie and I are thinking about, now that I'm retired as of July, starting up a Girl Scout troop, so we're excited about that. I'm not outdoorsy, so when they go camping, they usually leave me behind. I like more AC type situations and running water and running toilets. So But I will try some things. I'm not adventurous, but it's been a pleasure being here this weekend with you guys, and I've heard a lot about that Indian dance, so I got to see a little bit of it. I think for 27 years of marriage, that's all I've been hearing about is the Indian dance. So, but thank you for inviting us here. I love the beautiful collection that you have too. So thank you.
Hey, I'm Matt Delcom, my beautiful wife Alexis. We're back in New Iberia for several years now. I was a member of the canoe team from 77 to 80, and I think an encore performance in 81 as race director. Three boys who were all Eagle Scouts, and a daughter who is not an Eagle Scout but has been involved in scouting and actually leads treks, 60-mile treks on swamp base through the Chafalaya Basin. So probably the most scout of them all. And my wife is probably the best backpacker. Her and her sisters backpack all over the world. Very much enjoyed scouting. I'm still involved on the Evangeline Area Council on the board of Swamp Base. That's it.
And I'm his wife, Alexis. And I'd like to ask that y'all share your bios so us wives know where our husbands have been.
Which is a warning to the husbands and what you put in your bio.
I also come from a big scouting family. My father was an Eagle Scout. My brother was an Eagle Scout. Our 3 sons were Eagle Scouts, and our daughter could have been, but she participated just as much as the boys.
But now she could be. The girls
she
could be.
Right. But scouting has been a very big positive effect on our family. And I do wave at them when they canoe by and my coffee or wine. Cheer them on.
Okay, Jim, there are a lot of good stories that could be told about this group. I've been in scouting a long time. My scouting started in my scouting career started in in the 40s. And I've been with scouting probably 60 years or so, and I'm still working with scouting. My name is Jay Leger, and I've been working with scouting a long time. And I still deal with the Eagle Scouts in our district, and I've been doing that for probably 30 years. And my oldest son was mentioned, Holland, lives in South Carolina, and when he first moved there, I felt like I needed a little taste of the enjoyment he was having in canoeing and kayaking, and we did float trips primarily, and that was a lot of fun. But every weekend that he's gonna be alive, he spends at the river, and in fact, he's at the river today. And he texted me this morning and told me where he was. But he spends a lot of time on the river. I have 3 kids, and all 3 have been involved in scouting. And I have 2 Eagle Scouts, 2 boys that are Eagle Scouts. They've both been in canoeing for a long time. I still enjoy working with scouting. Unfortunately, I don't have the steam I once had for scouting and maneuvering around scouting, but I know everybody here, and it was a super pleasure for me to be part of the shuttle team that carried these guys from one checkpoint to another, and that was great fun for me, and I enjoyed it all the years, every year. Thank you.
By the way, did that Bronco ever come in?
Bronco. He finally moved the Bronco to South Carolina.
All I remember is just waiting for that new Bronco for like 2 years, taking a trip.
Yep.
Hold on. Okay.
Well, hi, I'm Jim Ledbetter, and I live in Somerville, South Carolina, with my lovely wife, Phyllis, and my darling daughter, Addie. And I was fortunate to be the Explorer Post advisor for many years and accompanied the Post on a lot of high venture activities. And it's been an incredible journey, and looking forward to seeing everybody again sometime in the near future. And why don't we say, wave goodbye to the people that didn't make it. Keep it up. Bye, bye, bye.
George is in the
back.
Hope you're fat
George!
and bald.
Yes. Well, you hid long enough. We're not through. So who are you, where do you live, and what have you been doing for the last 40 years? in 2 minutes.
George Lamprez, live in Slidell, Louisiana with my lovely wife Terry. What have I done for the last 40 years? I was in healthcare business for 25 years. Was in Lafayette with Lafayette Radiology. I moved to Atlanta, went to work with Carrollton Radiological Group in Carrollton, and then worked with Medifis Corporation. After that, I worked for a primary care company. Then after we sold that primary care company, I went to work with Circuit City and went into sales. And I've been
That worked out.
And I've been doing sales for the last 20 years.
Okay.
And currently I'm working with Home Depot in Slidell, and I've been there 13 years. So in a nutshell, that's what I've done for the last 40 years in a quick recap.
Okay. Did we leave anybody out? Nope, we got everybody. Okay, well now let's wave goodbye, everybody. Woo, bye from everybody. You missed a great feed here. Okay, great.